So there might be some people listening who don't know who you are. Frank is a friend I met in Worcester maybe 10 years ago, and he started a nonprofit. Is it called Pillman?
Yeah, it's Pillman Incorporated, but I don't know if you can see this, but probably can't. No, you can't see that. But no, it's basically yeah, somebody that I really care about saw something that I didn't see, and he asked me if he could help me become a nonprofit. So he got me some clothing bins with Pillman on them so I could help raise money to help people with addiction. It would actually help me raise money to go out there on the streets, to travel to different cities and towns. And so he helped me become a nonprofit and helped me get a couple clothing bins to get it out there. But I kind of messed it up because I didn't know anything about it and I didn't take it serious at first. So I kind of let it just go by. I did a few things with it. I always did something with Pillman. I always went out there and spent my own money out of my own pocket, and I still do. You know, I feel like I'm supposed to really do this. Okay, so but no, I'm just trying to help people, and he tried to help me with this, and I didn't take it serious the first time, but now I fixed my nonprofit, and I'm trying to get myself out there. You know, in a bigger way. I want to go to different cities. I want to go to different towns. I'm very lucky. I got to change my whole entire life and my looks, I got to change everything. And now all I want to do is help people change and let them realize that yeah, they're here for something special.
And for
So
everyone who doesn't know, Frank built a pill man, a literal, what can I call it, a monster?
no, it's basically I was on Oxycontin and Methadone for 15 years. All right, from 1998 to 2013, I lived on Oxycontin and Methadone, and for some reason, I saved my pill bottles. I don't know why. There had to have been a higher power that wanted me to do this. But for 15 years, I would take all my pill bottles every week, every month, and throw them in a trash bag. Through my divorce, through the years of all the crap I went through, I kept saving those bottles. And I never knew why. And then all of a sudden, I went into my doctor's office one day and they told me he was no longer a doctor. And I had to decide what I was going to do. And that day, I decided I had to change my life. And that's when I started to change it, but then I ended up with 2 trash bags full of pill bottles, and,
Did
all I ever did was look at those bottles.
Yeah, so when you were saving them, were you saving them because you were like saving them because you knew what you were doing is wrong, or what goes through someone's mind to just hold on to that?
I had no idea. All I did was save them. I had no clue what I was gonna do with them. Like I said, I had them 2 trash bags in a closet, and I just kept saving them and saving them. Then I went to my doctor's office, like I just said. They said he wasn't a doctor, and, people kept saying, "What are you gonna do with all those pill bottles?" And the only thing I saw was me because my name was on every single bottle for 15 years. Was allowed 3 30-milligram oxys in the morning and 12 10-milligram methadone at night. So I had a lot of bottles. And I was into Halloween. And I was in Halloween for years. And I had all kinds of different characters: Hannibal Lecter, Jason, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Frankenstein, all the different characters. Well, I took a Frankenstein character and I basically stripped him down of all the Frankenstein clothes, everything, and I started adding pill bottles. And I wasn't doing it for anybody. I was only doing it for myself because I was going through recovery and I was bored. And people said, "What are you gonna do with those bottles?" And I just started building Pillman, and then all of a sudden, I built them, and my friend came over and walked into the kitchen and says, "Pillman." Looked right at the sculpture and looked at Pillman, and that's where the name came from, you know. And then the next person came in my house and said, "Wow, that's a sculpture, wow," you know. And I didn't look at any of that. I didn't think of any of that. Only thing I was thinking about is building something, and I ended up building Pillman, and now Pillman has become very well known. I've got blessed. I've traveled to different cities. I got to the White House a few times, put Pillman there. had major stories done on Pillman, and I'm trying to get out there to really show people what addiction is, how you can start one, and how you can really start to lose control.
So you didn't consider yourself an artist before? Like you weren't building this sculpture because you're a painter, or you just liked Halloween and you saw the garbage bag full of pill bottles and you just started to make something?
That's right. I didn't become an artist till I was 46. But the funny thing is, I grew up with an artist. My father was an artist, and he built things out of cement and wire. He had his own museum, but I never thought of myself as an artist. I never thought of, and sometimes I still don't. You know what I mean? The sculptures that I've built, because now I have 5 of them. Okay, and when I look at them, I wonder how I did it. Every sculpture I look at, it's like I did that. I'm so surprised because I don't feel like it's my hands building it. I feel like there's a higher power that really wants me to show people what addiction is. And it's not just drugs and alcohol, and that's what my sculptures tried to show you. I have 5 different sculptures. I have one out of all cannabis. Her name is Mary Jane. I have one out of all alcohol. His name is Blackout. I have one out of all energy drinks. His name is Gator. And then I have one out of all pills. That's Pillman. That's me. And then I got one out of all different types of addictions. I got a cell phone in one hand, coffee in the other, food, TV, vapes, drugs, alcohol, sex, money, candy, lottery, you name it. I have it on one sculpture to show people it is not just drugs and alcohol. I tell people, go find me 20 healthy people right now. I want you to go outside your house. Seriously, it's not even a game or a joke nowadays. And I don't care what culture, what race, I don't care. Between 20, 30, 40, and 50, now go find me 20 healthy people. And that's very serious, right? And how long will that actually take? But if I ask you to go find me 20 unhealthy people right now, how long do you think that will take? It's like this. It's unbelievable how bad we are wilting away. And that's exactly what I did for 15 years. I wilted away. And for the last 5 years of my recovery, of me being addicted, I sat in a room and watched Law and Order. I sat in a room and I rotted away. I didn't do anything. I didn't come out of my house. I would go to the store, get what I needed. I'd come back and I'd sit in my bedroom. I'd sit there, I'd smoke all day. I'd drink Mountain Dew. I smoked cigarettes for 30 years, 2 to 3 packs a day. I drank Mountain Dew soda, over a 12-pack of Mountain Dew a day. And then all my pills and then alcohol and everything. And I wilted away. I was 125 pounds because I let these things end up controlling me. I didn't think I wanted anything else. That's all I thought I needed when I woke up was a cigarette, was a Mountain Dew, was a pill. It was all these bad things that I kept putting in me, and all I was wilting and dying, and yeah. But I started to wake up. I started to realize that I don't need any of that. I wake up now, I only need a sip of water. I don't even need a sip of water. I can get up and just go. My mindset is totally different compared to what it used to be. Because before, I would let things control me. Now, I don't let anything control me. I
You're
don't want it to.
reincarnated.
I really am. I really, really am. I got my life back in a very, very big way. And now I just want to show other people to be careful, and keep your eyes open. Be careful when you walk in these stores. Don't let the temptation take you to that register. Because the biggest thing, if you get a taste for that and you start to like it. Some people have never vaped before. They take a hit. Wow, now they want vapes. Right? Food, same thing. You go in there and buy a burger. Wow, I love that burger. What are you going to do? You're going to eat that burger 7 days a week. What's going to happen next month? You're going to be heavier. Same thing with cigarettes. Same thing with anything. I don't care what it is. You have to be careful, and that's my biggest thing. I'm afraid to try things nowadays because I'm afraid I'm going to like it. I'm afraid I'm really going to like it, and I'm going to lose control. So now I'm very careful what I put in my body, and I never was before. I would bring all the junk home to my kids. I would bring the soda. I'd bring the candy. I'd bring all of it. Okay. But my son drank Mountain Dew just about his whole childhood. His teeth are rotted because of Mountain Dew and because of me. I brought that stuff in that house. Those kids didn't bring that stuff. I brought it as a parent. And that's what I'm trying to show you, parents, to be careful what you're bringing into these houses. You have to be very, very careful. So, you don't get your kids addicted. So, yeah.
when right before you came a nonprofit, you said someone came into your apartment and recommended that, "Hey, Frank, you should really take this to the next level." Was that someone in recovery too, or was it just a friend?
Um, no, the first person I let in my house to meet Pillman, not my friends, was somebody from Worcester magazine, and they did a story on me, and they did a big story on me actually when they brought me out, and then other people started from Worcester magazine. I met a professor from Worcester State College, and I've got the honor of speaking there a bunch of times until she retired. But no, the more that basically that story got me out there, so more people got to know me.
How did Worcester magazine pick the story up? Did you reach out to them?
Yes, actually, I brought a picture to Western Magazine when I first built it, and I didn't know anything about what I was doing. I didn't even know we had a problem back then. And because I didn't know about the problem because I had a problem with me and my own family. So that's the only thing I was thinking about. Okay, I wasn't thinking about the problem that we had with all the drugs and all the doctors doing all this bad stuff. I didn't think about it because I didn't know anything about that. All I knew is that I was going through my recovery. I was quitting pills and I was building a sculpture, and my family were going through all kinds of addictions, especially with pills and drugs too. So, but no, no, the magazine really helped me get them out there when I first started.
So when you first built Pillman, were you just sitting in your room for weeks staring at it, or right away did you get inspired to let people know about it?
Well, it took me Pillman's the longest sculpture because it took me 3 months. I had a Frankenstein's basically statue, and I basically started adding the pill bottles. And every day I would add different bottles. And he was kind of my roommate for 3 months. So he would be at the end of my bed, and I would wake up and I would add another bottle. I would add another bottle, and he was a couple different ways until I got him the way he is now. But he's been, I mean, he's been through a lot in 13 years. He's been hit by a car. He's he's been through a lot. He's been in a windstorm, but every
Been at the
time
White House?
he's been at the White House. Yeah, he's been at the White House. He's met a bunch of politicians. A few years ago when Trump became president, first president, I had him meet all kinds of different candidates. I was traveling to all different places to bring Pillman to ask them what are they going to do about the drugs on our planet. Seriously, we have a serious issue with these things, and not just drugs, but yeah, that's what I was doing. I was going to see all the different candidates, and yeah, I got to get out there a little bit more, and that's my mission now. My mission now is just to get out there and let people see him, and once people see him, then I get to really show what happened to me. Because when people come up to Pillman and look at my sculpture, the biggest thing they see are my name on every single bottle and the dates. Like I said, from 1998 to 2013, they're all on there. Okay, it's only one man, and that's what I'm trying to show people. It
Mm.
can happen to any of us, and it does.
So are you trying to go to war with like the companies that are providing these drugs, or do you think it's up to the person, the individual, to say, yes, this is on the shelves, but no, it's not going to be what controls my life?
Look, I'm not going to war with anybody. Okay, nobody. I want to help them learn how to educate us. I want them to learn how to make sure when they put a product out there, it's not going to have side effects because most of these drugs, that's exactly what they do. Once you start some of these drugs like Oxycontin or Methadone, once you start them, then you have to stay on them for a long period of time, okay, until they start weaning you off. And that's the problem with some of our programs like the Methadone Clinic. Okay, my brother was on liquid methadose for 20 years. When I decided to quit pills, my brother was on it for about 10 years, methadone. And he would wake up every single morning, like most families members do now, still today, and they have to go stand in line to get a drink of methadose. And if they don't get that drink, they can't be motivated for the day. And my brother, for 10 years, he would wake up, he'd go get that drink, and he'd go to work. But if he didn't work, he would sit there and he'd nod off. These things had like so many different side effects. And so when I finally quit, I had to find a recovery. And my doctor suggested, why don't you do liquid methadose? And I said, there's no way I'm doing liquid methadose. My brother's been on it for 10 years. My brother was on it 20 years when I finally decided to quit my pills. 20 years my brother went to that clinic. That's not right. Nobody should be going to any clinic for 20 years. My brother had two different families, two sets of kids, 3 and 3, and both families saw those clinics and saw my brother wilt away. My brother, when he passed away, he looked like he was 70 years old. All these things that he was doing for all these years, the cigarettes, the drugs, he wasn't taking care of himself. He didn't want to have any of those side effects. So what was he doing? He was putting more things in his body that he wasn't supposed to, and that's what we're doing. We're really yeah, we're really rotting away, man. We're wilting away, we're rotting away, and I want to help stop that.
Do you think it's good that Massachusetts lets all these dispensaries just sell weed in the communities?
That's why I built Mary Jane. See, when I was a kid, what was on the street was hash, maybe, okay, but mostly it was weed, okay? It was a joint. But nowadays, that's why I built Mary Jane, because I built Mary Jane out of all the different things that they're making out of marijuana now, because it is not just a joint. There are so many things out there that people are getting addicted to, and I want to show them, be careful of the different marijuana, because now they're making, the oils. Now they're making edibles. They're making oils. They're making, you name it. They are making it out of marijuana. It is insane what they have done. But people are just doing these, like the dabs. The dabs are like really bad, and
So
yeah, just
potent. It's so potent.
that's right. That's right. I hear very bad things about the dabs, but yeah, people that just keep making things and making things, and the only thing we're doing is trying these. And that's the thing. Once we try it, we got to taste. We like it. Now we're back in line. Okay, and now you have dispensaries everywhere, right? You have vape stores everywhere. There's I think there's 25 vape stores in Worcester County alone.
I don't
Okay,
get
or
it.
there was. Me neither. 25 of them, and those respiratory black lung, popcorn lung, collapsed lung. Okay, and we just learned that within 10 years. Okay, cigarettes. I smoked cigarettes for 30 years. Okay, and we knew cigarettes were bad, but we never knew how really bad they are. But now we do. The science is out there now. Now we have the technology to really test these things, and we're getting some really bad results back. We think they're good for us, but we're learning, no, it's not. The energy drinks. The energy drinks are so bad. The vapes are so bad, and the alcohol, all of it. But what do? We go to work, we run to these stores, so we buy it, and then what do? We go back and we sit where? In that one room. Most people sit in one room in their house. It's either the kitchen, it's the living room, or it's their bedroom. But it's that one room that they'll sit there and they'll smoke all day. They'll sit there on their phone all day. They'll sit there and eat all day, sit there, smoke all day. I did so many of those things all day, all day, all day, and I wasted so much time. I can't truly imagine a man I would be if I never let any of that stuff control me, and yeah, I only got so many years now on this planet. Look, my mom passed away, okay? She had addictions. My father passed away New Year's Eve. He had addictions. My sister passed away Christmas night. Christmas Eve night, yeah. She had addictions. My brother, 2 days before Thanksgiving. My whole family is gone. But somebody wants me to build these sculptures and wants me to make sure that you actually see what could happen to you. That's why I don't just build sculptures. I build basically body sculptures. I'm trying to show it. It could be a person. It can be any one of us. And it was me. It was my family. It was my friends. And what I do, I rotted away and I saw them rot away. And I actually saw some of them die. And now I'm trying to help that. I'm trying to stop that. I'm trying to help a lot of people understand. Don't give up on yourselves. Find out who you truly are. It's not going to be it's not going to be a good ride every day. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Okay. And this bumpy ride can make you do things that you don't want to do. Maybe alcohol will relax you a little bit. Maybe it will. but eventually what will it do? Same thing with the vapes. Eventually they'll relax you, but what's it going to do later? What kind of damage is going to happen to you? And that's all I'm trying to do now with my scalp shears. And it seems to be working. I just need to get out there more. I need help. Okay. Like I said, I'm a nonprofit. I'm terrible at this, but there is something really big here. Okay. I've got honors, so to speak, at Boston University, Holy Cross, Worcester State College, the federal courthouse in Worcester. They've have a documentary about me at UMass Hospital, which is amazing. And then a couple years ago, I think it was, they did a story on me, and they put me in over 5,000 doctors' offices across the country.
Wow.
You go into most doctors' offices and open one of those magazines that you sit there, they're still on the tables over there. You're still going to see, Pillman, which has been a huge honor. I went to the White House, and there was somebody from, I think it was Getty Images, but they took a picture of Pillman in front of the White House. And then Getty Images started selling it to other people. Well, there was an author. I'm trying to think of his name. I can't think of his name. I'm sorry. Bill Bryson, I think. But basically, he wanted to write a book about how people in America deal with their addictions compared to how people deal with their addictions in Germany and France, and how they take care of them, how we take care of our body here, and how they take care of their body, and how much more healthier they are than we are.
Is there a big
Because
difference
they don't
in
allow, There's a huge difference because they don't allow a lot of the crap and a lot of the color and a lot of just the crap in their products like America does.
yeah.
Okay. And America, God, you go to any one of these stores and you're getting all kinds of flavor in, you're getting all kinds of different sugars now. It's insane. It's insane. And, but are these things good? I don't know, and after time, you see most of them are not. Most of them are not. But like I said, I'm not trying to stop anyone from doing any of these things, okay? I can't do that. I can't stop you. But what I can do is make sure that your eyes are open. Check your house. If you're a smoker, are you saving the packs? And how many packs are in the corner? How about alcohol? Are you saving the bottles? Like I did with the pills. Are you just looking at these empty containers around your house? Are you starting to see yourself in the mirror? Go take a look at the picture that you looked like when you were 20. Then go take a look at the picture you look like at 25. I didn't do that. Nobody told me that I was looking bad back then, and I wish they did, but nobody did. Nobody did.
What you grew up in Worcester, right?
Yes. No, 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 no. I grew up in Boston. I grew up in Chelsea. I grew
And
up in
is
Chelsea.
that where your father did his sculptures?
Yes. My father was an artist in Chelsea. He actually had his own museum. He used to travel to different malls and do shows. Uh, But my father was, he never really blew it up because it wasn't the internet back then, and he was in the paper all the time for his painting and his sculptures. He'd do different stories. So, no, my father, he was a quiet artist, but it was amazing. He actually did a picture for when Jimmy Carter was a president. He did a picture, and they hung his picture up in the Jimmy Carter Library.
Hmm.
I've never gone there to see it, but I don't know if it's still there. But back then, he got a letter saying your picture will be hung up in the library, and yeah. So, but I never took art seriously. I never, I enjoyed my father's art when I was a kid because my friends would all come over. We'd have 10 kids sleeping at the house with my father's art. It was awesome. It was like a haunted house downstairs. But no, I never thought I was an artist, and sometimes I still don't think I'm an artist. I just think I'm somebody that's supposed to spread a very powerful message. I'm supposed to build an army, and I'm supposed to bring it with me, and I'm supposed to make sure you see it. I'm going to make sure you're going to get the greatest vibe when you meet me. I'm going to make sure you understand that you are here for one thing, you. Because if you take care of you, then you can help others. But if you don't take care of you, it's never going to happen. You're
Have,
never going to be the real person that you should be.
have you ever thought about making like a beautiful angel sculpture, like a heavenly divine, like free of all these addictions type of sculpture?
No, I have two more. I got two more sculptures coming out right now, but No, my mind is set on things that people need to be aware of, and the two I have coming next should be pretty nasty. I'm gonna make a kid. I'm doing a kid one, and I'm doing another one. I don't want to tell you what it is because, yeah, I want to be. Yeah, mine are my original. Nobody's done what I've done. Okay, my
Super
story.
unique.
Yeah, my story is very unique, and like I said, it starts with my first sculpture, and every one of the pill bottles has my name on it. So it's each one of these sculptures is some part of my life. Like when I built Pillman, that was Pillman, but my next sculpture was addiction, and addiction was made out of, like I said, the cell phone, food, coffee, video games. Everything's on one sculpture, and that was my second sculpture. And but I built that because for years, all I thought about was all the things that I saw people get addicted to and all the things that I got addicted to. You know, like I don't drink coffee, but on my sculpture, there's a coffee in one hand and a cell phone in another hand, because that's what people most of the time when they wake up, what do? They grab the things that they need. Me, me before was a cigarette, was a Mountain Dew right away, and now people are grabbing energy drinks. People are grabbing all kinds of this really bad stuff
The
that
Zins are real popular now. The lip pillows, the Zins, the nicotine they put in their lip. You see those?
I've heard of those. I've heard of those. Yeah.
Those can't be
I
good
just
for you.
No, none of those are good for you. I just actually picked up I do deliveries, and they needed my ID, and basically for chewing tobacco, all of this stuff, does damage after time,
Mm.
So hopefully the time's on your side. Hopefully you quit in time. But most of us, we don't. Most of us, you start seeing, those things that you were just talking about. They're going to start doing damage in your mouth. They're going to, all of these things. No, there's no research on all those things. You know what I mean? Some of these things are very scary to me. I'm afraid to hit a vape. I really am. I'm afraid because I was, when I was building one of my sculptures, addiction, somebody gave me a bunch of vapes. Well, I opened those vapes up. And when I opened the vapes up, it was like, wow, there's a battery in there, there's wire in there, there's vape juice in there. And I noticed she dropped a couple vapes. Well, the battery juice mixed in with the vape juice. Okay. And that can happen. And that's what these people are sucking in. They're not just sucking in the vape juice, they're sucking in the battery. And they got to be very careful with these things because they don't see how these things are made. If you're doing vapes, do me a favor, open it up. Open that vape up. If you got a few of them, open them up and see what you're smoking. Don't just smoke it because you see it's a closed container and it looks safe. There ain't nothing safe about it. You got to really do research now. The biggest thing that you have on your side is a cell phone. Start doing your own research. Start looking into some of these things. See, Google, what does energy drinks do after time? What do vapes do after time? And maybe that might wake you up. But look, people try to wake me up for many years, and I didn't get my life back till I was 46. People told me I should quit cigarettes, quit soda, should quit all this, but I didn't listen to them. I didn't do it until I finally wanted to do it. And when I finally wanted to do it, I started taking control. I started to realize, wow, I don't need a cigarette every morning. Wow, I don't need Mountain Dew. I don't need a cigarette. I don't need a pill. I don't need it. But for years, that's all I thought I did. I woke up and I had to have my pills. My pills controlled me. There were times I was going through a divorce, and my kids would come over, but if I didn't have my pills, I would send them back home. I would put my pills and I would hide them in my room because my kids would have friends over, but then I would forget where my pills were. Well, I'd end up sending their friends and my children home because I didn't have my medicine, and I was worried that I would have side effects with those kids. So I wasn't doing the right thing. I was lost. I needed that medication to even wake up, to focus, to concentrate. I needed that medicine. I thought, until I really realized I don't need it. And that was the biggest thing, finally waking up after all these years.
Did you substitute your old lifestyle with some new hobbies? You know, how did you get through that the first 5 years?
Um, well, when I quit, okay, I had somebody on my side, okay, my son. My son's handicapped, okay? They told me my son would never walk, okay? My son lives on his own now. My son works he works for the last few years. And so my son has helped me in so many ways get my life back. I took blocks of ice to freeze my body parts for almost a year, maybe a little over a year. And my son would make sure my ice was ready for me. My son would bring me my ice, and I would sit in my bedroom and I'd cry some days because it was so bad, the withdrawals, so bad with the pain. And I stopped these pills, and I would take ice and I would numb my chest, I would numb my head, I would numb my legs, get 15 minutes of sleep, let the withdrawals go, and let the pain go. And then I wake up and all that would come back. I'd take more ice, I would numb myself. And that's how I quit. I don't suggest that for anybody because it was torture. When you start these medications, you have to make sure you're coming off them the right way. The problem is now we have clinics that trying to make you think this is the right way, like liquid methadone. Go stand in line. Like if you start doing Oxycontin, well, when you're done, we want to send you to liquid methadone. No, there's other alternatives. You need to find out what they are, and you need to make sure you're going to do this the right way. Don't just stop anything. Alcohol, don't just stop alcohol. Don't just stop, figure out the best alternative for you to get your life back so your body doesn't go into shock, because that's exactly what your body is going to do, is go into shock. If you've been drinking for 5 to 10 years and all of a sudden just stop, that could be very dangerous. Okay, same thing with pills. It can be very, very dangerous. So please make sure you talk to the right person. Make sure you start talking to people, Google things, learn things.
So you were doing the ice before the whole ice bath got real popular.
Yes, I was. Yes, yes. My how I got my life back now. This camera's, I don't know how good this is, but if you look up some of my social media, you'll see what I look like. Like I said, I was 125 pounds. I was underweight. My skin was very, very bad, very unhealthy. But I believe I found a fountain of youth. Okay. And I've been using a sauna for the last over 10 years now. And I go to the gym and I go to sauna 4 to 6 times a week. And I sit in that sweat box at least 20 to 30 minutes a day. And I go in there and I sweat. And that saved my life, because 30 years of smoking cigarettes, I sweated it out. 25 years of drinking Mountain Dew, I sweated it out. I got these bad things and I sweated them out. I started opening up my pores. Now I walk into a room, it's like I'm a light bulb. It's insane what I look like now. You can't see it on the camera, but my skin is insane because of the sauna. And my father, when I was a kid, he had a sauna, and he used to put it in the kitchen. It was like a box, and he would go in there and he'd sweat with the gray spacesuit on. I used to think he was a nut. But when I finally stopped my pills, I went to the gym, and that was the first room I went into, and I sat there, and I never left. I never left. I was there today. And I was there yesterday, and I feel, oh my God, I feel great. People compliment me all the time. Are you a cop? Are you a doctor? Last night, are you from the mafia? I had a customer. Are you from the mafia? No, I'm Frank. But people think I look strong. People think I look healthy.
Do you like
Because
wrestling?
do I like it? Well, I did when I was a kid, until I found out a lot of it was fake, and then I stopped watching it. But I remember back in the day, Hulk Hogan, Mr. T, I was there at Boston, Square Gardens. I was there. I saw all those great wrestlers back in the day. But then I saw 60-minute shows on a lot of it being fake, and I just stopped watching it. But no, people love it. It's entertainment, and let them enjoy it. But
Yeah, I
no, I do
thought
all that different stuff.
there's a video of Triple H doing a backsplash. They call it like a hit, when a wrestler gets hit with the shoulder and they fall back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the act of it is fake, but when Triple H hits the mat so hard, I'm like, that ain't fake. The
There's a lot that's not fake, okay? But there is some fake, and that's what got me out of it. You know what I mean?
it's theater.
That's right. You go smack somebody and throw them the floor like that, or hit them with the chair. That's not fake, okay? So I'm just saying what I saw, some of it. Yeah, I just think it kind of turned me away from it, and yeah, I guess I was supposed to stop then. I don't know. I have no idea, but no, my biggest thing is I let my addiction get to me. I didn't care about people. I didn't care about my TV shows. All I wanted to do was make sure I had my pills so I didn't have those withdrawals. All I wanted to do was make sure I had my Mountain Dew because I like the taste of it. I guess I don't know what the hell it was. And the cigarettes. All I did was just all those all day. I could have like a belt with a pack around me, and that's what I would have had. I would have had my Mountain Dew, my cigarettes, my pills, alcohol. I would have had this. I thought people were gonna bring me. I thought I was gonna die, and people were gonna bring me Mountain Dew in my coffin. Seriously, I drank it so much, people kept seeing me all the time. That it was glued to me. Mountain Dew, Mountain Dew, Mountain Dew, cigarettes. But I haven't had a I haven't had a pill in about almost 12 years now, I think. So, yeah, 13 years. I haven't had a cigarette in almost 12 years, and a Mountain Dew almost 11 years now.
Wow.
And I haven't had a Coke and a Pepsi in probably about 11 years. So I stopped all of it. I figured, I tried. I figured, I could stop that. Let's see what happens. Because when I quit the pills, I was still smoking three packs of cigarettes a day, 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes, smoking them and wasting them. And one of my son's friends, he's like a son to me. He basically said, you're too weak to quit cigarettes. And that
Called
got
you
to me.
out.
It got to me because, wait a minute, I'm too weak. Wait a minute, I just quit Oxycontin and Methadone a year before, one of the hardest drugs on this friggin' planet, and you're telling me I'm too weak? Well, a week later was my birthday, and I quit on my birthday. So every birthday now, I get to celebrate another year of cigarettes, which is absolutely insane because everybody, I would say, you have a cigarette, you have a cigarette, you have a cigarette, or do you need a cigarette? But that's all they ever saw me with, a cigarette or a Mountain Dew. Now they don't see any of that. I come walking into the room, I don't need any of that now, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Did you have an injury? Is that why you were prescribed Oxycontin?
Yes, I was a painter for many years, and I still have trouble with my right arm, but I couldn't use my right arm too much, and that's when they decided to do a surgery. And basically, they went in the back of my neck here, and they shaved a bone, and I was still in pain. So then they suggested they did some more X-rays, CAT scans, and then they found a crushed disc. So they said we need to replace that disc. So I said okay. So they took the disc out, and then they took a piece of my hip bone and put a piece of my hip bone in to replace the disc. And then they put a titanium plate on there with 4 screws. So that's what I have in my neck now. And then I'm still in pain, and they said, well, we need to do another surgery because there's another crushed disc. It's like, no, you've done 2 surgeries. I've had enough. And that's when I just decided to go home and take the pills. And that's the thing about these pills. They started me on 5 milligram, but then I moved up to 10. And I moved up to 20. And I moved up to 30. And I moved up to 40. And then I had 80s. Okay? That's what these things do.
They
The
go that high?
tolerance.
80?
Yeah, I got 80s. And the tolerance, basically, you build a tolerance to some of these things.
It's an
The more
opiate,
you
right?
do. Yeah, opiates, alcohol, okay, everything. Yeah, the more of these things, you just build it and you want more and more and more. But yeah, and that's when the doctor basically, I was doing a lot of oxys, and they said, well, why don't we give you, the oxys in the morning, and we'll give you methadone at night. So that's when they started giving me 330 milligram Oxycontin in the morning, and that's when I started getting 12 10 milligram methadone at night. So I'd take the oxys in the morning for my real severe pain, and for the afternoon and the night, I'd take the methadone so I wouldn't have those withdrawals and I wouldn't need oxys. But that was the thing. See, I didn't just quit oxys. I had to quit methadone. I quit oxys, and then I had to stay on methadone for another year, and then I had to quit those. So my body went through some really rough, it went through a lot of stuff to basically
So you
but
were
I got
still going to work, like, you would take the pills in the morning, go to work, and help work through the day to help with the pain, right?
a lot of times yes, and a lot of times no. No, I sat home and I didn't. I just was in pain. No, I sat home and I was in pain. So
How's your
no,
pain today?
my pain is still there, but I try to put my mind somewhere else. See, that's something I had to do a class at UMass Hospital, and it was basically put your mind somewhere else when you're in pain. And I thought they were crazy, you know. At the time, I was doing all my bad things, the cigarettes, the soda, the alcohol, all of it. And I went into this room, and it was for 8 weeks. And there was a couple doctors that came in there, and they would talk to you about, how you can help your brain think about something else. And I thought they were crazy. It's like, just give me my Mountain Dew. I don't want to listen to this. I don't want to listen to this. This ain't gonna happen. Give me my cigarette. But as I went to the class, I started listening. I started paying attention. And I started doing what they were telling me. When I wanted a cigarette, go do something else. I don't care what it is. When the minute you want that cigarette, go make a phone call. Go make your bed. Go talk to somebody. The minute you want it. And then keep doing that. Every time you want a drink, go do something else. Every time you want a cigarette, go do something else. And that's what I started to do. And the more I did that, my brain was switching. It wasn't always on that cigarette. It wasn't always on that pill, and yeah, it was one of the worst things I wanted to do, but at the end was one of the greatest things I ever did because now my brain is like, I don't need that. I can just go do something. Just forget about it. Go do something. And then all of a sudden I forget about it. And that's kind of easy now because I'm an old man. You say as you get older, like I said, I was 46 when I decided to get my life back. I'm about to turn 59 years old. Okay. And, yeah, I did a lot of damage to my body. I did a lot of damage to my mind, and now I'm just trying to survive every day. And I'm trying to do that with my art, and I'm trying to do that, and I'm just trying to do that with my art and trying to help people. I believe my family now are my angels. They stand beside me and they walk with me, and I get to really help a lot of people. And there's days that it's absolutely amazing how I can help somebody get their life back from my sculpture or just from me speaking to them or whatever. It's just so, I feel so blessed and so honored. Whoever wants me to do this, I feel blessed. I feel truly blessed that they gave me an army and they want me to come. I believe, listen, I believe in God. I believe there's something out there. Okay. I don't know what it is. Okay. But I believe there's something out there. And I believe God gave Jesus the cross, gave Moses the Ten Commandments, and gave me Pillman. And now I have to walk the streets. I got to walk. I got to go everywhere with Pillman and my other sculptures to open eyes. One of the coolest things I just did, I believe I saw you there. I went down St. Patrick's Day Parade. And I walked that whole parade with Pillman straight down Park Ave, and I turned around and I walked straight back. I did it. I went with the parade, and then I went against the parade. And I showed thousands of people Pillman because I'm trying to show them, go home and clean out your medicine cabinets. Go home and make sure when your kid is sick, you're not going to just take them to the hospital and let them give them a drug. Learn about these things. Make sure your kid is doing the right thing and make sure the kid is taking the right thing. So, and a lot, we're not. We're not.
For
The biggest thing we need to worry about is when you go to bed, what are you leaving out? Are you leaving your cigarettes on the coffee table? Are you leaving alcohol on the coffee table? Are you leaving your vape on the coffee table? And when your children wakes up in the morning and watches cartoons and they see all those things and you're sleeping, are they trying those things? And is that why they're going to start getting addicted to those things? Because you brought them in the house. Be careful of that. Your kid doesn't deserve it. Because you like it doesn't mean your kid needs to, right? You need to make sure that what you put in front of your child, they grow and they're healthy. Like me, my son Mountain Dew, worst thing I ever did, you know?
there's worse
But
things you could do, but
of course, but no, but still, but the Mountain Dew rotted my son's teeth. That's pretty bad to me if you think about it. It's his teeth, okay, and
Yeah, you
that's
only get
part of
one
it.
set.
That's right, buddy. You get one set, so you got to be really careful, and I wasn't. I used to leave all those things on the coffee table. All right, and thank God my kid only picked up Mountain Dew. He didn't pick up all those other things. My son don't smoke weed. My daughter don't smoke weed. My daughter's not a drinker. My son's not a drinker. Yeah, I'm very blessed. But my family members, excuse me, so many of them have addictions. So many of them are rotting away. And that's all I keep seeing. That's why I say go try to find me 20 healthy people right now. It's very hard.
For people who want to help, what are some of the struggles of operating a nonprofit? What do you need help with?
I need to help market Pillman. I need to get Pillman out there. I need to start raising money so I can actually start going to these different cities. I can start going to yeah, different cities, different towns, and yeah, I need to get Pillman out there. My biggest thing is marketing Pillman. I market Pillman, the right way. I always say, you've heard of Superman, Spider-Man, and Batman? Well, I'm Pillman. And the only difference between me and them, they're here to entertain you and your families. I'm here to make sure you and your families have a good life. And that's how I want to market Pillman. I want to market Pillman and show them that you can actually be something. You can watch these characters on TV, you can enjoy their shows, but Pillman's here to make sure you have a good life. And I'm so honored by that, man. That's a ride, man. That's a beautiful ride, and I'm happy I'm on this ride now.
So anyone interested in following Frank or helping, I'll leave a description with all his channels. So give him a follow, a like, and a subscribe. And I'm sure he's got a way that people can reach out if they want to help, right? Like an email address or
Yeah, well, that's
website.
my big thing right now. They're building me a website right now. That's my other problem. I don't have a website up because if I had a website up, that's when people can come in and learn more about me. That's when people can come in and donate. So I'll be talking to somebody actually about that tomorrow. And I've been slacking because I don't like to ask people for help. Okay,
How
but I
far
need
along
help.
is the website?
Right now, I had somebody build it, but I'm not happy, so I think I'm gonna have somebody rebuild it for me.
Do you
And I
own the
have the right person.
domain? Pillman.com or something?
Yes, yes, I own a domain. Yes, yes, I own that. And the coolest thing was the government just gave me a license plate, and it says Pillman, which is awesome. So I get to drive around now, and people beeping the horn. People, is that accurate? Like somebody just asked me that. I think it was yesterday, the day before. Is your license plate accurate? I said, well, Google Pillman. If you Google Pillman, you'll get to see who I am. You'll get to see some of the stories I've done. But I need to do a lot more. I need to get out there. I need to start hitting these streets in a very big way. And when I come, I'm all dressed in black. I look very strong. I look very healthy. And that's what I'm trying to show these people. And that's what I do. I try to show them pictures of what I used to look like at 125 pounds when I talk to some of these people. And then when they look at me, they say, you don't look like you've ever done drugs like that. I said, because I'm lucky. Because I found a fountain of youth, a sauna, and I sit in that room and I sweat. That's how I got my life back.
So
And I exercise now.
no more cold plunge, just heat only?
No heat. No. I take a sauna and I go straight from the sauna to a ice cold shower on the way out because a sauna opens your pores, and as you leave the gym, you want your pores to close. So you use ice cold shower, and then everything closes back up, and then it's like you're being reborn. It's insane, sounds silly, but learn about it. Do the research on a sauna, okay?
I love the heat, not the
Oh,
cold.
well, if you've been doing a sauna at least 3 to 5 years, the benefits are 51% chance no heart attack, 60% chance no stroke. Extremely beneficial for your hair, for your sleep, for your health, for so many things it is healthy for. And I didn't know all this. Okay, I was doing it for 5 to 6 years, and Tony Hawks, I think it was Tony Hawks. I think
The
he's a huge
skateboarder?
motor. No, 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 no. I'm sorry, not Tony Hawks. Oh my God, what was his name? Why did I say Tony? Tony something, I believe.
Oh, Tony Robbins?
Maybe. Yeah, he's a huge motivation speaker.
Yeah, Tony Robbins, I
Yeah,
think.
there you go. Tony Robbins, there you go. And I saw a Facebook one day, and that's when he said that if you've been doing it for 3 to 5 years, and I didn't know any of that research. I didn't look it up. I was just doing it 4 to 5 years. But then when he came on and said that, it's like, wow, that's pretty cool. I like that. But I just have never left that room. And yeah, and now I try to help people. That's all I'm trying to do, man. That's it.
So for the future, we could look forward to 2 new sculptures. Is there anything else you're hoping to do, like write a book or maybe create a children's novel?
Like I said, my next sculpture is going to be a kid. And that's going to open up a lot of people's eyes because that's where it starts,
I bet
right?
a little kid's story to go along with it too that you could pass out.
That's right. Well, that's what I need. I need people to come be part of my team to help me do comic books, to help me do books, to
Oh, a
help
comic
me.
book would be crazy for
Oh,
Pillman.
comic book would be nasty, nasty. Pillman coming with his, yes, it would be absolutely incredible.
Help people fighting their addictions,
Yes, yes, yes.
kicking
My
ass.
my big dream is to come to your house. I want to come with a camera team, and I want to come to your house with my sculpture, and I want to knock on your door, and I want to say, "What are you addicted to?
You
And
could
what do
come
you
over
think?"
my house anytime. Come scare the kids with
No,
the
I'm not there to
Pillman.
scare. I'm not there to scare them. I'm there to help them. I want to make sure your kids rise. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I asked you this question the other day, but I want to ask your audience: have you guys ever seen the greatest treasure on this planet? And most people say no, they've never seen the greatest treasure. And I didn't know what the greatest treasure was for years. Well, then I found out it's me. I'm the greatest treasure. You know why? Because I'm one of a kind.
That's the
There's
kid's
no one.
book. That's the
There
kid's
you
book
go.
right there.
There you go. I'm one of a kind. And then I realized, so aren't you. So that's my message now. I ask people, have you ever seen that greatest treasure? And they say no. And when I tell them that, they just feel so alive because they never thought about themselves in that way, and now I get to share that. And
Oh,
yeah,
can I share something? I
please.
saw a really cool video where the guy was talking to people on the street and he goes, "If I could give you $10 million today, but you couldn't wake up tomorrow, would you take it?" Everyone says, "Of course not." And then he goes, "That's how much your life that's how much your life is worth. That just waking up is not even $10 million. Like you wouldn't
That's
even
right.
take $10 million not to wake up. So your life is worth $10 million every day."
Of course it is. Of course it is. You're being reborn every day. It's up to you what you want to do every day. And me, every day I want to do what? Smoke cigarettes for 30 years. Every day I want to drink a Mountain Dew for 25 years. Every day until I changed it. Until I finally decided, listen, no more. No more. I want to see what can happen. And I never knew I was going to quit all this. I never knew I was going to become anybody. I'm still just Frank. But I'm the guy that built some very nasty sculptures to open people's eyes. Wherever I bring my sculptures, people come over and they're in awe,
I was
and
the
that's what
first time I saw it.
that's what it is supposed to do, and that's what I guess I'm supposed to do. And yeah, I'm enjoying the ride right now, and I'm not done. And I need your help out there, people. So please come learn about Pillman. Do whatever you can to help me get my sculptures out there, because you're not just going to help me, you're going to help thousands and thousands of people. It's time for us to start opening these people's eyes. It's time for families to start being strong together, because once they start some of these things, people are losing their family members. Okay? People get addicted to drugs, they don't want anything to do with them anymore. People get addicted to alcohol, they don't want anything to do with them anymore. We have to stop this. Okay? We're losing too many friends, we're losing too many family members. It's not easy out here anymore.
Yeah, is there anything thank you for sharing, man.
There you go. All right? But please come learn about Pillman. I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I try to do some very powerful videos, and I'm always looking for new ideas for videos. But if you want to help me, it has to be in a positive way. I don't want anything to do with hurting people. I don't want anything to do with scaring people. I want to do only one thing. I want to help open their eyes and I want to help them try to enjoy the next day.
What's your favorite horror movie?
Uh, I don't have one. You know,
What who's your
I worked at
favorite?
I worked at a haunted house for 8 years. Okay. And for 8 years, I was the security and I was going through my recovery. Every year, I was actually coming better and stronger and I was and healthier. But for 8 years, I was doing it and they would all watch horrors. Me, I was in it for the family because for 5 years, I decorated my house. Okay. I lived like the Addams family for 5 years. This is no game, no joke. If people remember my haunted house back in the day, I took over, I covered every inch of the house with all black tablecloths. I did the whole house. I had all kinds of Hannibal Lecter, Jason, Freddy Krueger. I had all the sculptures, and I would have 10 Boy Scouts sleep over my house. I would have 10, excuse me, Girl Scouts sleep over my house. We would do all kinds of really cool parties, but I never did anything to scare him. I never had any haunted movies on or anything like that. I did it for fun. And
I bet
yeah, I did
to
it for
me you
fun.
seem like you would like Freddy Krueger films the most.
Oh, Freddy Krueger's pretty. I remember Freddy. Yeah, Freddy Krueger actually now is one of my sculptures because I used. I have a few sculptures. I use Pinhead. Okay,
Oh, Pinhead is
Pinhead.
cool.
Pinhead. Well, I stripped down Pinhead. Okay, and now is Mary Jane. Okay. I used a body and I made Mary Jane. Okay. And then Hannibal Lecter, he's Blackout. He's the one made out of all alcohol. I thought he would be a perfect, sculpture made out of all alcohol. Hannibal Lecter, right? If anybody's going to sit in the corner drinking, it would probably be him. So I made him. And Frankenstein, I built out of all pills because I saw me. And who am I? Frank. So basically, I built a sculpture I rebuilt Frankenstein, me. And yeah, I took each one of these scary sculptures and I made it into an education piece, and yeah, Michael Myers. Yeah, I got Michael Myers and who is he? Yeah, all of my characters are
Jason.
someone now. Yeah. Well, now all of them are something to educate people, which is very,
Sweet.
very cool.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. That was an awesome story about your life and about Pillman. Crazy.
Well, thank you very much. And
And now you're a veteran podcaster. You can go on, try to get on some more to get your message out even further.
well, this is my first podcast, so thank you very much. I really appreciate you've been asking me to do this for a while. I'm very sorry. I
It's all
hesitate, but I
good.
always want to make sure that I'm spreading a good message. Okay. People say, why aren't you making money doing this? Why ain't you doing this? Why ain't you doing that? Because I don't think I'm supposed to make money. I think I'm supposed to be helping people. So I never worried about money for the last 10, 13 years. I've used my own money to get out in these streets, my own money to use gas, my own money to use hotels. But then I've had other people help me raise money to help me to go to Washington, D.C., help me go to some very serious trips to get Pillman out there. But that's what I really need. I need people to help me raise money to help me help people. And that's what the money will be used for, is to help people be educated, help me get out there on the streets so we can spread more awareness. And I'm not just coming for drugs and alcohol, I'm coming for all addictions. I am coming to show you that you are somebody very, very unique. Can I ask you one question?
Please.
Have you ever, before we leave, okay, have you ever seen the rarest flower on the planet? The rarest, the strongest, the most unique flower on this planet.
In the movie, Dennis the Menace, the neighbor grows a very rare plant that only blooms every 20 years. And because Dennis the Menace did something, Mr. Wilson missed the plant blooming. That's the rarest plant I've seen in that movie,
But it's not.
but
That
it's
is
not.
not the rarest plant. You are the rarest plant on this planet. You, your children. But if you don't take care of that plant now, you're not going to see what you are supposed to bloom into. And through the years, we wilt. You're not here to wilt. You're here to bloom for your children. Because if you bloom for your children will want to bloom. And I didn't do that.
I chose the weirdest night to actually have a cocktail during the podcast because I swear maybe I have a drink every 3 months.
Yeah.
But I
And
had
this was your drink tonight.
just
Your drink with
a
Pillman.
little Crown
Of
Royal.
all of all your shows, you come on here drinking alcohol with a man who's trying to educate people
And,
about addiction.
and you can ask my wife. I told her I go, I need to have a cocktail tonight because I had a coffee real late because I was
Yeah.
tired. And I said, if I don't have a little whiskey or something, I'm not going to be able to fall asleep because of
Well,
the
see,
coffee.
but see, you just said it, okay? You haven't done it in 3 months, right? You did it in moderation.
Very
You can
moderate, very
There
moderate.
you go. Okay, well, that's life. If you do things in moderation, you can actually have a good life. You still have to be careful what you're doing in moderation,
Yeah.
but you can have a good life. You want to have a drink every once in a while? Okay. Nobody's going to get hurt. But if you sit there and have that drink and say, honey, I need another drink in 10 minutes, and then you have to wait and you wake up in the morning and you have to have that drink before work, then you have an issue.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what that eventually happens. So be careful of the moderation and don't let the moderation take you for a bumpy ride. And yeah, that's all I'm trying to share, man. That's all I'm trying to share.
And text me. Let me know what goes up with the website because we could do a one-page website for you just to get it live. That way people got a way to reach out to you if your meeting doesn't go well. So
Yeah. Well, it should go good tomorrow. But all these things that I need to do, I need to pay people. That's why I need volunteers.
yeah.
I want people to come for the ride and help me, okay? And I know everything. We it's our time, and we deserve to get paid. But remember, you're going to be helping people. That's my big message. I want you to help somebody else because I promise you, if you help somebody, the only thing that's going to happen, you're going to rise. Okay? You do good things are going to happen. You do bad things, hold on for the ride. And for many years, I did bad things to my body. I didn't take care of myself. But now I take care of myself and I rise every day. I rise every day. And now they call me Pillman. And I take that very serious, ladies and gentlemen. So please come help Pillman open eyes so we can save lives together.
All
And
right.
thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Frank.
you for tonight. Thank you for being my first podcast. I really appreciate
That
it.
was super fun.
All right. And yeah, definitely. I'm
All
going to
right.
send you my card and send you a picture of my card. And then if you can, please share the links.
Yeah.
And I hope to see a bunch of new followers tonight on all my networks. And yeah, you got ideas? Email me, message me, let me know. And let's go out there and save lives together.
Sounds good. So when
All
we
right.
get off, just leave your computer open for a couple minutes so the video can upload and then we're good.
Okay. I'm gonna send you I'll send you this right now. And yeah. So are we all done?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Tell your son thank you for helping you set up and have a
he's right
great
here.
night.
Well, you want to say hi real quick? Let him say hi.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Good job setting your dad up on the podcast tonight. He was telling me, I can't figure it out, Rich. I said, you can figure it out. We're going to do it on the phone. And he said, nope. My son has the computer. He's going to set it up for me. It's going to be better that way.
There you go. Well, I just about to send these right now. So, well, how do I watch the podcast now? Well, how does
So,
that go up now? I'm just curious.
I'll probably put it out in a day or two. It's going to go on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, all the podcasts. It's also going to be on YouTube and it'll be on Facebook. And then all the short clips from the podcasts are going to go on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. And I usually do like 7 days worth of shorts, one in the morning and one at night.
So, what does that mean, shorts?
Just under 3 minutes. So like little snippets of something interesting you said. We'll clip it and it'll just be a taste of what you got going so that people get interested and then they'll click through to the whole episode.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. And I'll tag your channels in it too. Like if I'll tag your Facebook on the Facebook ones. I'll tag your YouTube,
Yeah, tag me, please. All right,
Will do.
then I can get out of it, and I can yeah, see what's gonna happen. All right,
Cool.
but
All right.
listen to me. Listen, you're very good on the computer. You know what you're doing. I would love for you to be part of Pillman's team. Okay, I mean that seriously. If you think you can help me get out there like you are right now, help me. If you think you can help me get my Instagram, my TikTok, and all these other ones to blow up, that's what I need. I need my pages to blow up so we can really help a lot of people. Look at me. And now, right now, I'm just a lot stronger and a lot healthier looking. And when I hit the streets, I come looking powerful and strong with my sculptures, man. Now I just need people like you to really help me spread this message. I want to be bigger than Spider-Man, Batman, or Superman, kid. That's not even a joke. I want your kids to grow, to be strong, to be healthy. I want to make sure parents like you put the alcohol away at night so it's not on the coffee table in the morning. All right?
Yeah, we need like
So,
Robert F. Kennedy or Joe Rogan or someone big to come in and help set up the nonprofit so that they can run ads on your stuff and also grow organically. But yeah,
well, one of the two cool things I did do real quick is The Walking Dead. They come to Worcester. Well, I brought Pillman down there and I did a video. Basically, we have The Walking Dead on our streets. We can watch The Walking Dead on TV, but what are we going to do about The Walking Dead on our streets? And then Mark Wahlberg came to Shrewsbury and did a movie. And basically, I went to Mark Wahlberg's set and I was there, but I left because they told me he wasn't on the set. But he ended up coming to the set, and I was so sad. But I went there and I did a Facebook clip there too. So I'm trying to get Pillman to different sets like that because I want people like them to see Pillman. I want people like them to help me because, yeah, it's affected everybody. I don't care who it is, the
yeah, we need some
actors.
good sponsors.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. So however you can spread this, that would be awesome.
I'll do my best.
I sent you the card. Okay, you got all my information on there. Again, thank you for tonight,
Yeah, thank
and
you.
bless you and your three kids, man. When I met you, you didn't even have a kid. See, so I love it, man. That's awesome. But Rich,
I don't even think
remember?
I had a girlfriend.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Oh, I
You were
did?
just you're just going on with her. Yes,
Oh,
just started going on with her. I think. Yeah, but man, just make sure you keep blooming for your kids, man. That's number one. Keep doing things in moderation like you did tonight. And yeah, keep getting those good messages out there like you are. Because right now that's it's exactly what you're doing. You're helping people spread a message. So that's very powerful. Okay. So yeah, thank you for that. Okay.
thanks, Frank.
You're very welcome. Want to keep this
Peace
open
out.
for a couple of seconds, right?
Um,
And
I'll stop the recording and just let it load up. You'll see it loaded.